leaning on people. Who started this? Marcus. One more time, guys. Ready? Go! Go! Let Mr. Whitlock get in there, Mr. Whitlock. Get him, big guy. Come on, Timmy. Here we go. Deliver a shot on him. Good job, guys. Good job. Whoa. Whoa. That's
probably a professional.
Okay, guys. Get
your
equipment ready. You know what to do.
Stink.
Your labels, your shoes.
Okay. We're on TV.
Hold on.
Hey, Mom. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Hey, Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad.
Okay, just doing jogs first, guys. So fight it.
One, two, three. There we go.
Remember we used to do that? We used to go the opposite way? All right, so let's go. Fake 35.
Let's go. Let's hear some noise. Come on. Ready. On two.
Ready.
Yeah.
Wait.
Flex, ready. Mitch, listen up. Ready. Set. Hut. Hut. Come on, hold him back. Hit him again, Samuels. Come on, hold him. All right. All right.
Crazy old dog. She's gonna do us to Hi, I'm Brandon. Of course you are. Is he gonna do an RT?
Yes.
Adam and Stone.
Yes.
And go. Hey, what's up? This is it. Hi.
Timmy!
All right, Timmy. All right, Matthew.
Matt.
All right, Paulie. Go get him, Paulie. All right, Paulie. Okay, guys. Hold.
Send them out one by one. The microphone broke.
All right, it's down.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Steve Farrell for George Langevin Productions, and you are all here and invited to watch the Avocado Bowl. Today we've got the San Dieguito Cowboys versus the Los Rancho Penasquitos Mavericks. And there's the Cowboys in white on your left, kicking off to the Mavericks. The Mavericks field it right there at about the 45-yard line. That's A.J. Tuncab who picks up that kickoff. And he gets the ball right out to midfield. It's going to be Mavericks ball, 1st and 10 from the spot. Mavericks with the ball right now. 1st and 10 once again, as we mentioned before. Back to pass on 1st down. Go the Mavericks. That's Steve the Snake Strauss. You'll notice, and Strauss is dragged down by number 35, Brandon D'Agostini of the Cowboys. That's a loss right there. And Strauss is dragged back to about the 45-yard line of the Cowboys. That's number 73, Scott Carpenter, you see moving up into the center position. He breaks out of the huddle early. Mavericks to the line. Number 11, Strauss, likes to throw. Back to throw on the first play of the game. This time he fakes and then hands it off and dragged down to right, right past the line of scrimmage. And that was number 32, Jeffrey Rich. And Rich threw for a couple of yards. That'll bring up 3rd down now. We'll tell you a little bit about both teams. Strauss at QB. Strauss back, the pitch out this time. Pitch out goes to Marcus, the big cat Clark. Clark all the way down for the 1st down. Way down to about the 20-yard line. That'll bring up a 1st and 10 now for the Mavericks. Strauss back this time, hands off to number 32. That is Jeffrey Rich. Rich through the line of scrimmage. And that's a pickup of about 5 yards on the play. They're going with the quick offense now. Mavericks with the no huddle. Immediately back to the line of scrimmage on 2nd down. The Mavericks are moving the ball quite well so far here on this first possession. A gain of about 2 yards on that play. Looks like that run was made by number 22. That's Marcus Clark. We saw a game earlier this year where Clark scored 3 touchdowns in one game. Quick play call there. Carpenter up to the line very quickly. Pitch out this time to Rich. Rich around to the outside.
Way to push in there!
Strauss back to pass now. Watch this lefty throw. He's out to the outside, and it is caught and bobbled momentarily, but caught by number 27. That's Scott Ohlendorf. And a good catch by Ohlendorf. That ball's good for about a 5-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and about 5 to go. The Mavericks are already all the way down to the 5-yard line of San Dieguito, and they are threatening and moving the ball with ease so far. The Cowboys showed up with only 17 players tonight. Strauss back. The pitch out this time to Clark. Clark heading to the outside. Clark could go all the way on this one, and he is down, and that is good. TD Mavericks. A nice pitch out by Strauss to Clark. The Mavericks are making it look real easy. And that play was beautiful. Outside to Rich. He just runs it out to the outside. Actually, it was Clark to the outside. Made it look easy. And, boy, you just saw the Mavericks move the ball 45 yards downfield. And they looked real good doing it. And the Cowboys have got to get their act together. Now, they're going for the kick. Now, the kick's good for 2 points. Remember, at this level, it's junior Pee Wee. That's an offsides call. That may go against the Cowboys. We'll see. We didn't pick up any offensive movement on the line. Let's see if that costs the Mavericks a few yards. It is against the Cowboys. And that is head linesman Rich Burr, who gave the Mavericks a few extra yards. Now, on the kicks at junior Pee Wee level, they're good for 2 points. If they run it in, it's good for 1 point. Gaucher with the hold, and the kick is high enough. It is good, and that's good for 2 points for the Mavericks. And that was a beautiful kick, end over end, went right through, looking great. And we've got an 8-0 Maverick lead here in the first quarter. Off there by the Mavericks. And we may have a turnover here. Mavericks look like they want that ball. And there's no turnover. The ball is going to go to the Cowboys. And it'll be the Cowboys' ball right at midfield, 1st and 10. They're looking at an 8-0 Maverick lead already. Let's tell you a little bit about the Cowboys. Once again, this is the Avocado Bowl. We're at beautiful Ramona Stadium in Ramona, California. It's Friday, November 25th, the day after Thanksgiving. This is the last game of the season for both teams. We'll give you some more background information on what the Avocado Bowl is all about. But first, we'll tell you a little bit about this offense of the Cowboys. They've got number 44, Adam Instone, as the single setback. The QB is Jake Blaylock. Blaylock looks like he's back to pass, and he is back to pass. He gets a nice one outside to number 55, Evan Walensky, and Walensky is inbounds with that ball. It is complete, and it's a pickup of about 6 yards on the play. Pickup of 6 yards on the play. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 4 now. The Cowboys are on the 44-yard line of the Mavericks, and on their first play from scrimmage, they look good. Blaylock was back to pass, looking good. Blaylock back to pass again. Big kid, good arm, way outside this time. That was almost picked off by the Mavericks. That was number 34, A.J. Tuncab, who got a hand on the ball out there. Look at A.J. Okay, number 34 almost had himself an interception, but that'll go for naught, and that'll bring up a 3rd down now and about 4 yards to go. So far, the Cowboys very impressive throwing on their 2 first plays from scrimmage. Junior Pee Wee level, boys ages 8 to 10 years of age. Last game of the season for both teams. The Cowboys here in white come in with a record of 7-4-1. Mavericks with a record of 6-3. Blaylock barking him out behind the line. Turns around, intended for Instone, and now we see some markers on the field. Okay, the ball was fumbled, but it's picked up again by Blaylock. Intended for Instone. And that'll bring up a 4th down now and about 8 yards to go for the Cowboys. And let's see what they want to do on this play with a 4th and 8. 5:35 remaining in the first quarter. We play 10-minute quarters. The game can end in a tie. It is possible. Blaylock back. Now look at this. Nobody in the backfield. Everybody looking to go out for a pass. He's got 4 wide receivers. He's going deep this time. It's tossed way outside. It was intended for Matt Lampkin, the halfback. But that pass is no good, overthrown, and the Mavericks will take over on downs from their own 48-yard line, 1st and 10. Mavericks 1st and 10 from their own 48. This time they've got Adam Gaucher at the quarterback, the little train Gaucher. He hands off this time. That ball goes nowhere. There's no gain on that play. Run was made by number 34, A.J. Tuncab, but to no avail. Los Ranchos Penasquitos Mavericks come in with a record of 6-3. They hail from the Avocado League. They lost the championship game of that league to the Fallbrook Renegades by just 1 point a few weeks ago. Gaucher turns around, this time to Tuncab again. Tuncab gets through the first tacklers, but is tripped up. Gain of about 2 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 8 now for the Mavericks. Tackle there by number 7, Patrick Nolan, the nose guard of the Cowboys. Gaucher pitching out this time to Tuncab. Tuncab 3 plays in a row. Tuncab through the line of scrimmage and stays on his feet. and he is finally downed, but short of the first down. But a solid gain on that play of about 4 yards. Let's see where they spot this one.
3 more yards. There's up a 4th and 5. At the San Dieguito 47.
They're across midfield down to the San Dieguito 47-yard line. And that should be a 4th and about 5 yards to go now for the Mavericks. The Mavericks don't spend a lot of time in that huddle, as you might have noticed. They've even shown us a no-huddle offense so far today. Very sophisticated offense by the Mavericks. They've got a 3-part offense, 3 different squads, play 3 different offensive teams on the Mavericks. There's a flags thrown by both officials. This should go against the Mavericks. We'll see. 4th and 5. The Mavericks have 3 separate offenses. They have the strong offense, which we saw earlier in the game, led by quarterback Steve Strauss. What we're looking at now is what they call their quick offense. And in that offense, they put in number 14 at quarterback, Adam Gaucher. They have another quarterback, and they will use him. They have used him in the past quite often, Scott Windjammer Johnson. And that's an offense they call the mean offense. So a very sophisticated team for the Mavericks. Don't be surprised if you see entire squads running off the field and being replaced by a separate 9 or 11 guys right in the middle of a set of downs. We've seen it. Very sophisticated offense. These guys are well coached by head coach John McDade. They know what they're doing. Gaucher pitching out to Tuncab. Tuncab 4 plays in a row. He is dragged down right at the line of scrimmage, before the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be short of the first down. We might have had a fumble on that play.
Ball recovered by San Dieguito.
And the ball is recovered by San Dieguito. It doesn't make that much difference. It was going to be turned over to them on downs anyway, so it'll be San Dieguito's ball, 1st and 10 from their own 48. Blaylock up to the line of scrimmage. Blaylock back to pass again. He's got Instone blocking for him. Instone blocks number 22. No, that was actually 34. A.J. Tuncab. Actually, it was 33. We got it now. Mike Sharp was actually driven right into the quarterback, Blaylock, by his only blocker, Adam Instone. So an interesting play right there. Mavericks knocked that ball way back, a solid 10 yards or so. And now on 2nd down, the Cowboys in a 2nd and about 20 yards to go. So a 10-yard loss on that play.
Pablo, you're on the line too close.
Lampkin in the backfield along with Instone.
What's going on?
Blaylock back to pass, pressure on him, and he grounds the ball because he had people all over him. That looks like that was number 19, Scott Johnson, who got quickly into the backfield and messed up Blaylock's concentration. Blaylock out to the line, Instone, number 44, the single setback. And they faked Instone, and they hand off instead to Lampkin. Lampkin around the other side, and he is dragged down behind the line of scrimmage for another loss. And that'll bring up 4th down and about 24 yards to go now for the Cowboys. So the Cowboys in big trouble now with the ball on their own 35-yard line. Let's see if they go for it on 4th or if they elect to go with the punt.
What is it, punt? Going back if it is. And then come up. Marcus!
Number 55, Evan Walensky, is the kicker for the Cowboys, but they've got Blaylock back in a shotgun, and Blaylock is going to throw it from there. He gets it out deep to Walensky. Walensky is through. That's good. That could be good for a first down. We'll see. He's dragged down at about the 45-yard line of the Mavericks. And that was a good 20-plus yard pickup. It's about a yard short of the first down, and Mavericks will take it over on downs at their own 42-yard line. A timeout is called by the Mavericks. Coach John McDade out there on the field right now with the Mavericks will take this time to tell you a little bit about the Cowboys. The San Dieguito Cowboys are coached by head coach Phil D'Agostini. Assistant coaches Andrew Walensky, Bill Lampkin, and Ben Sang. We told you before they come out of the Palomar League. They finished 2nd in that league to Poway, and they come in with a record of 7-4-1. That was a quick timeout. The Mavericks back up to the ball. Cowboys not ready at all. Referees are slowing the Mavericks down here. But we'll tell you a little bit more about the Cowboys. They're led by number 7, Patrick Nolan, their nose guard. Number 11 is Gregory Sang. He's a safety and an offensive lineman. Number 13 is Brent Nyam. He's their center. Number 20 is Adam Berman, a linebacker and offensive guard. Number 22, Matt Lampkin. He's a halfback and a cornerback. Cornerback, that is. And now up to the line of scrimmage go the Mavericks. This time they go with number 19, Scott Johnson. Johnson hands off, and there's a gain on that play. Sharp on the run. Mike Sharp, number 33, on the run.
He goes for about 7 yards.
And he has a gain on that play of about 7 yards. That'll bring up a 2nd and 3. Looks like the tackle was by number 55, Evan Walensky. Walensky has 2 completions so far today. Number 55 in white for the Cowboys. Once again, the mean offense into the game now. Scott Johnson at QB, number 19. Johnson fakes and then turns around, hands it off to Scott Carpenter, number 73. Carpenter is through for a pickup of a few yards. Actually, that was number 33, Mike Sharp.
For about 1 yard.
Gain of about 1 yard on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down now and about 2 yards to go for the Mavericks. Number 28 on the Cowboys, Adam Mensch. Playing center now, number 56 for the Mavericks, is Curtis Green.
Quarterback keeper. Scott Johnson on the carry.
And that is the end of the first quarter. And let's see what happened on this play. That's Johnson that is slow getting up, the QB, number 19. And we may be looking for a measurement here. Very close to the first down. And it looks like the referees are calling for a measurement. And at the end of the first quarter, it is Mavericks 8, San Dieguito Cowboys nothing. And Mavericks still have possession of that ball. Johnson stays at QB, and he hands that one off quickly through the line of scrimmage, surrounded by a host of Cowboys. And maybe a gain of a yard on that play. And that's good enough for the first down. First down Mavericks, and they are on the San Dieguito 47-yard line.
Apparently Mike Sharp on the carry.
We told you a moment ago, Curtis Green is at center for the Mavericks. We see number 86, Tim Whitler, out there on the offensive line. Johnson this time on the keeper, comes our way, running to the sideline. Lots of white jerseys in front of him, but he stays on his feet. And he's finally brought down by number 44, Adam Instone, and that is for about a 5-yard loss. So that will bring up a 2nd and 15 now for the Mavericks. We'll bring in the rest of that Cowboy lineup. We told you about number 28, Adam Mensch. Number 32, the defensive tackle, is Michael Brunson. Number 34 is Andre McGarry. The defensive tackle, number 35, is Brandon Diagostini, the defensive end. Number 40 is Greg Vatow. And remember, most of these positions we give you, we have to tell you that the Cowboys are going both ways, offense and defense. So a lot of these guys are playing 2 and 3 positions today. Ball handed off to number 40, that's Eddie Laguna. And Laguna driven back behind the line of scrimmage by a real surge of white jerseys from the Cowboys. Cowboys stiffening up the defense now. And that'll bring up now about a 3rd and about 16, loss of 3 on that play. Running into the game now with a play is number 80, Chris Ruby for the Mavericks. Running out is number 70, Jeffrey Russell. Tackle was by Adam Mensch, number 28 of the Cowboys on the last play. And here comes Johnson now up to the line of scrimmage. Johnson back to pass. He's looking to the left side of the field. He's got a receiver open out there. It's caught. And down the sideline goes number 80. That's Charles Ruby. And he is dragged down at about the 45-yard line of San Dieguito. That will stay short of the first down. That'll bring up a 4th and about 7 yards to go now for the Mavericks. Greg Vatow, number 40. Number 44 for the Cowboys is Adam Instone. We've seen plenty of running out of him today and plenty of defense. Number 54 is Stephen Garrison. And number 55, Evan Walensky. And we've seen him make a couple of catches already today. Johnson stays in at quarterback for the Mavericks. He pitches out to Eddie Laguna. Laguna dragged down behind the line of scrimmage by Evan Walensky, the guy we were just telling you about a moment ago. Walensky into that backfield quickly, and we've seen a lot of white jerseys getting into the Maverick backfield early in this last set of downs. And that will make it Cowboy ball, 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line. San Dieguito ball, 1st and 10. They're down 8-0. It's the second quarter. There's 7:55 remaining in the second quarter. And they hand this one off to number 35, Brandon D'Agostini. D'Agostini tries to stay on his feet, but he's dragged down. There's no gain on that play. That'll bring up a second and about 10. Number 82 on the Cowboys is James Enright. Number 85 is their QB, Jake Blaylock. He's also the safety on defense. Number 88 is Garrett Samuels. And number 99, Evan Campbell, plays cornerback and running back. Up to the line of scrimmage now, number 13, Brent Nyam at center. Cowboys looking at a second and about 11, second and 10. Blaylock barking him out. Blaylock looks like he might be back to pass. This is a keeper. He tries to scoot inside and gets nowhere on the play. Tackle made there by Kyle Wilson, number 35 of the Mavericks. And we'll see plenty more out of Wilson today. We'll tell you a little bit about the Mavericks now. The Mavericks come in with a record of 6-3 out of the Avocado League. They finished second to the Fallbrook Renegades. Lost the game by 1 point a few weeks back. And they are coached by head coach John McDade. Timeout is called now on the field. Looks like that timeout's called by the Mavericks, and that should be their second timeout of the half. Actually, the timeout was called by San Dieguito, so both teams have used one timeout so far in this half. Head coach of the Mavericks, John McDade. Assistant coach, Bill Carpenter. Assistant coaches, Felix Lewis, Chris Cadell, Dan Sharp, Dale Johnson, Dave Gaucher, Greg Lizaraga, Craig Pito, and Ann Bragg is the team mom. They've got 4 players on the squad here today that are from last year's Avocado Bowl. And they have lost 3 games this year, one to Vista, the other to Fallbrook in the championship game, and also to Poway. They are led by number 11, Steven Strauss, the Snake, at QB. He's the head of their strong offense. At the head of their quick offense is Adam Gaucher. And we've also seen Scott Johnson at QB leading the mean offense. Here comes San Dieguito. They've got Instone out wide to the left. Blaylock stays at QB with the pro set. Blaylock looking over at Instone, wants him to move inside. Instone on the move. The pitch out goes to number 22. That's Matt Lampkin. Lampkin's got some room. Lampkin heading outside. Tries to turn it upfield and get towards that first down, but he is dragged down. And it looks like that is going to be short of the first down. That's going to bring up a 4th down now for the Cowboys. And we've got a Maverick player down, hurt on the field. There he is, number 31, Bubba Inahara, who was in on that last tackle. And he needed to make that tackle because these guys were running wild. Lampkin was about to make a move upfield. So Inahara in there in the nick of time. I'll tell you a little bit more about these Mavericks now. Number 22 is Marcus Big Cat Clark, and we've seen Marcus score a touchdown already today. Mavericks have that 8-0 lead. Number 27, Scott Ollendorf, who has a catch already today. Number 31, Bubba Inahara, who we just talked about. Number 32, Jeffrey Rich, the running back. Number 33, Mike Sharp, the kicker and running back. Number 34, A.J. Tuncab, who plays running back. Number 35, Kyle Wilson, tight end, linebacker. Number 38 is Bart Valley, the wide receiver on the quick offense. Number 39, David McDade, the tight end on the strong offense. Number 40, Eddie Laguna, who's a running back and a free safety. Number 41 is Josh Stockert, who plays offensive line. Number 50, Thomas Stinson, offensive line. Number 52, Bobby Pierce, offensive line. Number 55, Chris Olivas, offensive lineman once again. Number 56 is Curtis Green. We've seen Curtis at center today. Number 58, Brent Bledsoe, wide receiver, defensive lineman. Number 65, Zach Reifinger, plays offensive line. Number 66, Robbie Spangler, plays offensive and defensive line. Number 67 is Adam Baldeck, plays offensive line and linebacker. Number 70, Jeffrey Russell. We've still got a Maverick player down hurt on the field. It looks like it's number 81, Troy Valencia. We'll try to confirm that for you, but I believe it is Valencia, number 81, the tight end. And number 70, Jeffrey Russell, the wide receiver. Number 72 is Frank Batak, the offensive lineman. Number 73, the center and running back, Scott Carpenter. Number 76, offensive lineman, Eric Sines. Number 78, offensive lineman, Paolo Laxon. Number 80, Chris Ruby, who already has a catch today, wide receiver and a cornerback. Number 81, Troy Valencia. We believe that is Troy down hurt on the field right now, still hasn't gotten up yet. Number 83, Anthony Busso. Number 85, A.J. Bakshi. Number 86, Tim Whitler, the tight end. Bakshi also a tight end. Number 88, Matt Gray, the defensive lineman. And number 92, lineman, both sides of the ball, Paul Henschel. We've still got a player down and hurt on the field. Once again, a reminder that this is beautiful Ramona Stadium here in Ramona. It's a sunny afternoon. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon now, sunny and warm. And the weather for this late November has been quite a bit warmer. Last weekend we were out doing a few games and it was down in the low 40s and it was brutal out there. But a beautiful sunny warm day, as you can see by the shirt sleeves on the fans and the coaches here. With 6:36 remaining in the first half, the Mavericks are ahead 8-0. Troy Valencia is being taken off the field by Lifeline helicopter. They've cleared out the entire sidelines and stopped the game for quite a few minutes. Everyone's out of the stands as well. Lifeline is here. The report on Valencia is that he was hit in the back with a face mask. There seems to be a lot of pain. The kid was in a lot of pain, but he's moving everything. The good news is that he was moving his feet. He had complete feeling in all of his extremities, and he should be fine. It's just that with an injury of this nature, they didn't want to transport him to an emergency room in a vehicle. They'd rather get him off the ground and give him a much smoother ride in the Lifeline helicopter. So we've had quite a delay. But the report is, and it's good news, that Troy Valencia, number 81 of the Mavericks, is quite all right. And we'll get back on with the game as soon as possible. And everybody's thoughts right now are with Troy.
Listen, Troy Valencia, with a good round of applause.
We're back in action now. It's the Cowboys ball with 6:35 remaining in the half. They're down 8-0. It's 4th down, 5 yards to go for the Cowboys. And Blaylock is back to pass. This pass is going to go short. It was intended for number 55, Evan Wilinski. And now this ball will be turned over to the Mavericks on downs right at midfield. Back to pass now. The Mavericks, it's their ball. That is Strauss. Strauss decides to run instead, takes it out to the far sideline, and gains about 3 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 7 now for the Mavericks, and they'll be on their own 48-yard line. We've got to apologize to all those viewing. Due to the long delay, we've switched sides of the field now due to the changing position of the sun. And you may see that happen again. It's one of those days.
47.
2nd down now, and about 7 yards to go for the Mavericks. The Mavericks are going with Strauss in a quarterback. And Strauss hands off and pounding through the line comes number 32, Jeffrey Rich. Rich still on his feet. And it's Cowboys having a hard time getting him down. He's short of the 1st down, but a gain of about 5 yards on the play. And that should bring up a 3rd down now and about 2 yards to go. Tackle on that last play by number 54, Garrison. Off to Clark on the right side. And Clark is through for the 1st down. Oh, no, gain of about 7 yards of the play. And that was a 1st down the last play, so we'll see now a 2nd down and about 4 yards to go now for the Mavericks. Mavericks moving the ball well once again. We've seen some excellent running so far today by number 22, Marcus Clark. Fake now by Strauss on the keeper. Strauss has got some room. He could do some damage here. Strauss around the end, headed for the sideline, and he is knocked out at about the 25, and that'll be another 1st down for the Mavericks. Tackle on the last play by number 55, Evan Wilinski.
Out. Pass.
Strauss back to pass. Ball thrown deep. Intercepted by number 85, Jake Blaylock. Blaylock moving to the far side. Blaylock is down now at about the 16-yard line, and it's Cowboys ball, and they needed that one. All right, we do have a penalty on the play. It was a holding call which goes against the Cowboys, but after the interception. So that will cost them, let's see, where are they going to call? They're going to call it from the point of the infraction 5 yards back. So that'll put the Cowboys all the way back on their own 4-yard line. But they're still glad to have that ball back, and with 4:31 remaining in the half. They're still down 8-0. That is, the Cowboys are down 8-0 to the Mavericks. And now they go with that three-back set. Slot left is Matt Lampkin. Blaylock hands off to the center of the line, and that's a pickup of about 3 yards on the play. Nice looking play, a slight delay right there. Run made by number 35, Brandon D'Agostini. Second and 6 now for the Cowboys. Cowboys would like to get something rolling here with 3:51 remaining in the half. They'd like to tie this thing up by halftime. We had about a good solid half-hour delay in the action, maybe more. And we're seeing a number of different looks from the Cowboys right now. Blaylock is going to take it outside himself, the keeper. And he's got Gaucher in front of him. Gaucher grabs him by the shirt and pulls him down. No gain on the play. That'll bring up a 3rd and 6. Tackled by number 14. That's Adam Littletrain Gaucher in on that tackle. Looks like number 11, Steve Strauss, was there as well. There you see a shot of number 22, Marcus Clark, playing a little defense today. David McDade is out there, number 39. Blaylock up to the line. Lampkin slot left. Blaylock hands through the center again, this time to Evan Walensky. No, actually, that was number 35, Brandon D'Agostini. D'Agostini is through, and that looks like it'll be good for a first down. He's all the way out to the 15-yard line. First down, Cowboys. 2 minutes, 51 seconds remaining. And we have a timeout called. Nope, no timeout called. Clock is rolling with 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the half. Up to the line of scrimmage goes Brent Nyam at center. Walensky on the line. Lampkin slot right. D'Agostini in the backfield with Instone. Blaylock barking him out. Fakes to Instone, off to D'Agostini. D'Agostini through the center of the line, and he is dragged down right there by number 32, Jeffrey Rich. Picks up about 2 yards on the play. That'll bring up a second down and about 8 now for the Cowboys. Cowboys showing a number of different looks. Stephen Garrison at the tight end position right there. Adam Mensch at offensive tackle. Blaylock off to Instone. Fakes now to D'Agostini. Instone goes through the center of the line. And there's a pickup there of about a yard on the play. And that should bring up a third down now. And about 6 yards to go, we'll call it. Out of the game now comes number 54, Stephen Garrison. Garrison running out to the sideline. McDade right there at the nose tackle position, number 39 for the Mavericks. Playing right above the center, number 13, Brent Nyam. Blaylock up to the line now. He's got D'Agostini and Lampkin behind him. Pitches out to Lampkin. Lampkin bobbles it slightly, almost dragged down in the backfield. Lampkin still on the move, dodges, still on his feet. Great run by Lampkin. And he picks up about 2 yards on that play. And we did have a flag thrown. Illegal shift called on the Cowboys on the offense, and that penalty is declined. That'll bring up a fourth down and about 6 yards to go now. Ball all the way out to the 20 now for the Cowboys. A minute left in the half. Cowboys should still have 2 timeouts remaining. So let's see if they go to the passing game. They've got the 3-back set. Oh, actually, that's Blaylock in, fakes the punt. Blaylock was in the shotgun. He fakes the punt and dragged down to the backfield. That's a fumble. Clark picks up the ball. It's not called a fumble. It's going to be called an incomplete pass. Oh, no, a sack on the spot in the grasp. Blaylock was in the grasp, and they're going to call that a sack. Ball's going to be turned over to the Mavericks on the Cowboy 10-yard line with 42 seconds remaining in the half. Mavericks have called their second timeout of this half, and they've got the ball on the 10-yard line. So Coach McDade out there talking it up. We see number 11, Steve Strauss, is out there, so they will be operating with their strong offense. Strauss, the lefty passer, passes quite a bit. We've seen both other quarterbacks pass a little bit today, Gaucher and Johnson. But Strauss, the lefty, seems to be their main man when it comes to passing downs. However, they are 1st and 10 on the Cowboy 10. So they may want to jam it through. Strauss back to pass. Strauss looking. He's got a man open. Oh, right through the arms of Jeffrey Rich, number 32. And Rich has got to be upset with that one because he was looking right at goal line there. Mavericks have the 8-0 lead. No time at all ticked off the clock on that last play. That's a mistake. The clock did not move. We're still at 42 seconds, and now the referees are calling a referee's timeout. Okay, the referees have caught that, and they've got the clock down to 36 seconds now. Strauss is going to keep it with 35 seconds remaining, and he gets knocked out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. And what a serious hit that was right there by number 20, Adam Berman. Little Adam Berman came over and knocked Steve Strauss for a loop. And we're down to 27 seconds now. And actually a slight loss on the play. Big moment left, 19 seconds. Mavericks still have one timeout remaining. They're down to 15 seconds. They could be looking past here. Clark in the backfield along with Jeffrey Rich. Pitched out to Clark. He's their good running back. Clark's moving around, looking good. Clark out the 10. Oh, what a tackle by number 22, Matt Lampkin. And the clock stops with 1 second remaining in the half. And that was a great tackle by Matt Lampkin. He came flying out of nowhere. And with 1 second remaining, we've got a timeout called by John McDade and the Mavericks. They've got 1 second on the clock. This is 4th down. They've still got 10 yards to go.
With 1 second left on the clock.
This will be the last play of the half. Mavericks back. Strauss pitches outside. And it looks like that Clark is going to make the throw. Clark throws it into the end zone, and it's caught. They pitched out to Marcus Clark. They throw it into the end zone to Anthony Busso. Busso makes a fantastic leaping catch with 1 second on the clock. And they get another 6 on that play. What a play. Strauss pitches out to Clark. It looked like Clark was going to run it. It was everything he could do just to get that pass off. Clark looked like he was off balance. There was some white jerseys coming on. And he just tosses it up into the end zone. It's a high pass. It was really anybody's ball. But in there was the big tight end, number 83, Anthony Busso, and Busso makes the catch. And that was remarkable. Now it's 14-0 Mavericks. Gaucher will hold. Mike Sharp, number 33, will handle the kicking duties. Remember, at this level, 2 points for the kick. The boys... Oh, there's a penalty on that play. Looks like the Cowboys are offsides on that one. And looks like Mr. Sharp is going to get to kick the ball from just a little bit closer, which I'm sure he's glad to hear.
Move it up, Adam.
Sharp's got the sun right in his eyes. Here comes the rush. The kick is up. It's high enough, and it's good. Number 33, Mike Sharp. The rush was on, and he got that kick up, and it is good. And the Mavericks now lead 16-0, and that is the end of the half. Mavericks in the lead 16-0. This is Steve Farrell for George Langevin Productions. We'll be back with the entire second half in a few moments.
That's pretty important, guys. That's pretty impressive for what a good team we have. Defensively on the outside, we're playing magnificently. Inside, guys, they're getting too much yardage inside on us defensively. We've got to get tough on their center and on their tackles inside. They're driving us off the ball. Nobody drives us off the ball. Nobody has this year. Come on, you guys, inside. I'll bet you Troy's got a big smile on his face right now, guys. Believe me, he knows. When you're a member of a team, you can feel things like that.
Here now with Cowboy coach Phil D'Agostini. Coach, they come through with this pass play right at the end of the half. Were you expecting them to do that kind of a play, a pitch out to the back and then a throw?
Well, we thought they were going to be passing it. We tried to tell our guys to do it. We did a good job pressuring them in the backfield, and they just got off a good play. The guy made a great catch in the back of the end zone. So,
Coach, how about the kicking game? They've put through two-pointers now. Can you come back with the same kind of thing? If you do score the 2 touchdowns, do you have the kicking game to come back and tie it up?
Yeah, we do. We have a good kicker and a good point after a touchdown team, and we should be able to do that without a problem.
Okay, Coach, thanks a lot.
All right, thank you.
Lampkin, where are you, Lampkin? Lampkin, over here. You got to fly it off the line. Just Blaylock's going to Jake? One step, he's going to throw it. Jake's going to go one step back and get unloading the ball.
Brandon.
Here now with Maverick coach John McDade. Coach, you got the 16-0 lead. They're going to have to come back and score 2 touchdowns plus get the 2 kicks in order to tie things up. How do things look now?
I'm pretty confident. Even if the score was 0-0, I'll be pretty confident with this group.
Now, that last play we saw, that was really something else. I mean, you pitched out to Clark, and then you throw to Busso. I mean, how long have you guys worked on that play, and is it something you work on often, and how many times have you thrown it this year?
That's the first time we've thrown it in a game. We've had it in for about 3 weeks now, and Marcus has a good arm, and Anthony's a tough kid. He can go up and get the ball. It was a nice play. It worked real well.
Coach, you have any updated reports on Troy Valencia? How's he feeling? How was he when he left?
He was okay. He only asked one thing, is that the kids go out and win the game for him. It looks like it's a bruised back. It looks like he'll be okay. He has all the feelings in his legs. He can move his toes. There's no paralysis. He's just in a lot of pain. It looks like he took maybe a face mask on the spinal cord, but he, according to the doctor and the paramedics, he'll be okay.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot for taking halftime time to talk to us.
Thank you very much.
Okay. And that's it. Right now, Mavericks ahead 16-0. Fantastic play to end the half with, as you can see. And these guys are ready to go out for another half. Good news about Valencia. He's really okay. He's in a lot of pain, but he's okay. He's moving every extremity, fingers, toes. So he's all right, and that's good news. So we'll be back with the second half in just a few moments.
Everybody, you guys hit somebody.
Mavericks getting set to kick off. That is number 83, the hero, Anthony Busso, who's kicking off. A ball picked up right there by Matt Lampkin. Lampkin hands it off to number 35, Brandon D'Agostini. D'Agostini is caught and trapped at about his own 40-yard line. So it'll be Cowboy ball from their own 39-yard line. D'Agostini getting up slowly, but he's all right. Tackle made on the kickoff by number 39, David McDade of the Mavericks. Blaylock up to the line now. He's got Instone in the backfield alone with him. And Instone gets the handoff and picks up maybe a yard on the play. Tackle made there by number 11, Steve Strauss.
Go, hit somebody. Let's go, Cowboys.
That time, the Cowboys showed us their single setback formation. They use a number of different formations. They use the pro set with the 2 backs. They use an I. We haven't seen that yet today. They also use the shotgun. We've seen that. Sometimes the single back. Now they're going into the D'Agostini Instone pro sets with Blaylock at QB. Slot right is Lampkin. Second down now, 9 yards to go. Blaylock back to pass. The rush is on. Blaylock gets one up high, intended for Lampkin out by the sidelines. And that ball is incomplete. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 9 now for the Cowboys. They've really got to get something rolling. They're down by a score of 16-0. We talked to Coach D'Agostini during the halftime. He says he does have the kicking game to tie this up if they do score the 2 TDs. And that's important. We've seen the Mavericks lose 1 game earlier this year because of the kick. The kick alone is the reason they lost. Their kicker, Sharp, slipped while kicking, and that was it. The difference in the game. Blaylock back to pass. He's got pressure on him. The ball is stripped away by Steven Strauss, number 11 of the Mavericks. And that looks like it's going to be Mavericks ball. It is. And they're all the way down on the 34-yard line of the Cowboys. Steven Strauss came back and just took the ball right out of Jake Blaylock's hands. And it's the Mavericks ball now. They've got that 16-0 lead and the ball. Looks like number 14, Adam Gaucher, in a QB now. Gaucher hands off to number 31. That is Bubba Inahara. And Inahara dragged down behind the line of scrimmage by Matt Lampkin. There'll be a loss on that play. Ball is spotted at the 37-yard line. That should bring up a second and about 11 yards to go now. Second and 14 it is now. Into the game now, number 40, Greg Vottow. Running out of the action, Andre McGarry. McGarry off the field now. Cowboys are legal. And here come the Mavericks. Gaucher stays in a QB. Jumping off too quickly is Patrick Nolan. We'll see if the call is encroachment or illegal procedure on the offense. Encroachment's called on the defense. That'll give the Mavericks 5 yards, and that should bring up a second now and about 9. Gaucher screaming him out. Fake. Hands off. And moving really well with the ball is number 73, Scott Carpenter. And Carpenter is dragged down at about the 32-yard line. Looks like the tackle was made by number 88, Garrett Samuels. Split wide to the left is number 35, Kyle Wilson. And they hand off this time to number 38, Bart Valley. Valley running around in the backfield. Ball is fumbled. And we'll see which way this one goes. They're still fighting over it.
Amen.
And who comes up with it? We haven't seen a signal yet. Okay, looks like the ball's going to stay with the Mavericks, and that'll bring up a 4th down now. They've got about 7 yards to go for the first down. Gaucher hands off this time. Once again, that's number 38, Bart Valley, running around to the outside. There's a flag on this play. Valley is on the move. It looks like he was going to go all the way, but the flags are going to stop that action. Holding call goes against the Mavericks. And the Cowboys have got the ball on downs. So they may decline this penalty and take the ball right there at the line of scrimmage. Okay, 1st and 10 now for the Cowboys. They have declined the penalty. It'll be their ball on their own 28-yard line. 6:08 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Nobody in the backfield for Blaylock. He's got to be passing unless he's bringing an end around. He goes out deep. Ball's intended. Oh, picked off. Picked off by number 38. That's Bart Valley again. Moving to the outside. Valley is dragged down by number 44, Adam Instone. And it's Maverick ball again. Bart Valley's been seeing a lot of action these last couple of minutes. 2 handoffs went to him. And the very next play, he's the one that gets the interception. So Valley is just turning his game up a notch right about now. Mavericks ball, 1st and 10. They're at the Cowboy 29-yard line. Johnson in a QB now, number 19. Johnson turns it around. He's hit immediately. That's number 32, Jeffrey Rich, who's hit immediately at the line of scrimmage by number 28, Adam Mensch. Actually, that was Mike Sharp on that running play, but he is stopped. And the defense of the Cowboys has looked pretty darn good today. The Mavericks have had a couple of sustained drives where they looked good, but the Cowboys have stiffened things up recently. And it's been really hard for them to get that ball through the middle of that line. Handed off now to number 40, that's Eddie Laguna. Laguna dragged down right at the line of scrimmage again. No gain on the play. We're looking at a 3rd down now and about 11. 3rd and about 11. Tackle on the play by number 35, Brendan DeAugustini, the defensive end.
2-4 and 3-2. Come up and get your winning tickets for
Mavericks back. Johnson's back to pass. And that pass is complete.
pass was complete from 19, Scott Johnson, to number 39, David McDade.
Complete to number 39, David McDade, but still no gain on that play. We might even have had a loss on the play.
For negative yardage.
And we did have a loss. We're looking at a 4th down now and about 13 yards to go for the Mavericks. The Mavericks have good field position, so they can really go for it on 4th here if they want. Johnson stays in a QB.
Please come up and claim your...
Curtis Green up to the line of scrimmage at center. We can see Eric Sines, number 76, out there on the offensive line. Johnson's going to keep it himself. He's got a wall of red in front of him, but here comes the white. And into the play, there's a flag down. Adam Berman makes the tackle, but there's a flag on the play. We'll see where that call goes.
Again, the winning number in the 50-50 line for the money, $14.50.
A holding call goes against the offense, and it looks like the Cowboys are going to decline this one and take that ball at the line of scrimmage. And it is Cowboys ball once again. They are at their own 34-yard line. We've got, let's see, about 3 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Lampkin slot right. Evan Campbell in the backfield now.
Blaylock under center, drops back to pass.
Blaylock back to pass, and it is intended for number 35, Brandon D'Agostini, but it's over D'Agostini's head. Tuncab was there on the defense. He didn't have much of a shot at it either. Interesting to see Evan Campbell in at running back now, number 99 on the Cowboys. Keep an eye on this offense of the Cowboys. Things are changing here. Lampkin is out to the left now, along with Campbell, split wide to the left. Instone and Walensky wide to the right. 4 back passing down. Let's see which way this one goes. It goes over the middle to Walensky. D'Agostini, unbelievable. Look at him go. D'Agostini could go all the way. And he does. Touchdown Cowboys, and we've got a flag on the play. Let's see what the call is. Unbelievable. They throw 2 backs out wide to the right, 2 receivers out wide to the left, and in the middle of that line where we couldn't see him was number 35, Brandon D'Agostini. Agostini goes right over the center. Blaylock just punches it right to him, and nobody in red expected that play.
Last play went from...
Okay, Matt Lampkin will be doing the holding, and it looks like number 55, Evan Walensky, will be doing the kicking. Now, this is very important for the Cowboys. They really need to make this kick because the score is 16-0. They've got it, well, it's 16-6 now, but they need to score 2 points on this touchdown. They need to score the extra 2 points on the next touchdown in order to tie things up. The snap is no good. Walensky's going to try to get on it, and he better pick that baby up. No, they can't return it. Okay. Walensky decided not to pick that ball up, and it looked like Adam Gaucher came over and grabbed it and wanted to go the whole length of the field with it. And that is a bad break now for the Cowboys. They really needed to get that kick through those uprights in order to make the score 16-8. So that's the way it'll be with 3:03 remaining in the 3rd quarter. It's Mavericks 16 and Cowboys 6. Evan Walensky, once again, number 55, getting set to kick. Walensky will kick off to the Mavericks, back deep. The ball goes, looks like that's number 27, Scott Ohlendorf. Ohlendorf around the far side gets the ball out to about the 46-yard line. So pretty good field position right now for the Mavericks. And it'll be their ball 1st and 10. They've got the 10-point lead. That is a big lead. It looks as if the Cowboys are going to have to score a touchdown and a field goal in order to tie this thing up. Strauss at QB. Turns around, hands it off to number 32, Jeffrey Rich. Rich moving well with the ball. And he picks up about 7 yards on that play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and about 3 yards to go. And tackles made by number 20, Adam Berman, the linebacker. Clark and Rich in the backfield. Strauss off to Clark. Clark sidesteps beautifully and gets through for the 1st down. Tackle made by number 99, Evan Campbell. Mavericks going with the no huddle. Looks like Clark and Rich remain in the backfield. Split wide to the right is number 80, Chris Ruby.
Carry good for about 3 yards.
Ball gets handed off to Clark for about a 5-yard gain. Tackled by number 55, Evan Walensky. That'll bring up a second down now and about 6. 4-yard running play. 2nd and 6. Carpenter up to the line of scrimmage. Chris Olivas at left tackle. Ball handed off now to Clark. Clark sees some open room, and he's dragged down in the secondary, and that could be close to a first down. Let's see. It's going to be 3rd down and about 1 now for the Mavericks. And they go with the quarterback sneak. Strauss moves it through. There's a nice surge there of red jerseys, and that looks like it'll be good for the first down. It is. And it's going to be a 1st and 10 now for the Mavericks from the Cowboy 28-yard line. There's a nice shot right there, number 39, David McDade of the Mavericks. 73, Carpenter goes up to the line. We told you about number 55, Chris Olivas on the offensive line. Oh! Did you see that right through the line of scrimmage? Evan Walensky just comes straight through on the snap and creams Strauss. About a 3-yard loss on that play. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 13 yards to go. Into the game now comes number 80, Chris Ruby. And that could mean pass now for the Mavericks. Ruby is going to split wide to the left. They're going to stay with Strauss at QB. Clark and Rich in the backfield. Strauss fakes to Clark and hands off to Rich. Rich is hit hard at the line of scrimmage by number 20, Adam Berman. Berman's been hitting some people here in this second half. He's fun to watch. You could hear that one.
Tackle number 13.
But there is a gain on the play. And it looks like Brent Nyam, number 13, also in on that tackle. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and about, let's see, 3rd down and about 13 yards to go now. Pitch out. There's that play again. Clark throws it up to nowhere to Strauss. Strauss breaks tackle and moves outside. He gets past, once again, number 20, Adam Berman comes out of nowhere and makes the good tackle. And boy, he saved 6 points for his squad on that one. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter with the score, Mavericks 16, Cowboys 6. Mavericks are all the way down to the 15. And what a beautiful play that was. Once again, they pitched out to Clark. Clark waited and just threw a bomb. Flags on this play. Clark waited and just threw it straight up in the air, very reminiscent of what he did at the end of the first half. And sure enough, a red jersey came down with it again, this time Strauss. Strauss goes on a beautiful run after that. If it wasn't for number 20, Adam Berman, who's been all over the place this half, he would have gone in for the TD. That call goes against the Mavericks. That's going to cost them 5 yards. And that'll bring up a 1st down and 15 now for the Mavericks.
Go, Brandon, get in there.
The Cowboys have to stop the Mavericks on this set of downs. Strauss is back. It's a keeper. He's got the blocking out in front of him. He's across the line of scrimmage. Strauss could go all the way on this one. He's down to the 5. He's dragged down at the 5 by number 85. That's Jake Blaylock who made that tackle. Strauss all the way down to the 5-yard line. That could be good for a 1st down. It's very close to a 1st down. We'll see what the call is. No, just short. That'll bring up a 2nd down and about a foot to go. Mavericks could not ask for a better situation at this point. Strauss in at QB. Strauss fakes, hands off to Rich. Rich goes through the line of scrimmage, and he is close to the goal line, but he's stopped. And a pickup of about 2 or 3 yards on that play, and that'll give the Mavericks another 1st down. And we've got a Cowboy player getting up slowly, but he's okay. That's number 28, Adam Mensch, but he's all right. We've got a timeout called by the Mavericks with, let's see, 9:20 remaining in the 4th quarter. It's Mavericks 16, Cowboys 6. Nice shot right there of the Maverick bench. And at this point, they might feel very confident of their team's chances. There's the cheerleaders, Maverick cheerleaders in red, and parents, friends, and fans. First down now, goal to go for the Mavericks. They're in perfect position from the 2-yard line. Strauss turns around, hands it off to number 27, Scott Ollendorf. It looks like Ollendorf is through for the TD. Ohlendorf through for the third TD of the day for the Mavericks, and they have got things well in hand now. They've got a 22-6 lead, and they've got a very good kicking game. They could put this game up 24-6 quite easily.
Number 27.
Holding will be Adam Gaucher, number 14, and Mike Sharp will be handling the kicks. The hold looks nice. Sharp's got it up. It looks short. Oh, it hits the crossbar and bounces through. Unbelievable. It looks short for sure, but it held up just enough. Hits the crossbar and bounces through. Mavericks ahead by a score now of 24-6. They've got an 18-point lead at this point, and that is a tough one. It's going to take probably 3 touchdowns for the Cowboys just to tie this thing up or maybe win it, and that's a lot to ask with only 9:16 remaining in the game. Looks like Sharp will be handling the kicking again for the Mavericks. Back deep to receive is Jake Blaylock, number 85. If the ball does go that deep, we have Matt Lampkin back there fairly deep. And they didn't let Sharp kick it. Okay, this time it looks like it was kicked by Eric Sines, number 76. And Blaylock's on the move. What a cut. Blaylock's going to go all the way on this one. And there's no flags. That's 6 points right there. And maybe I spoke too soon a few moments ago when I said that the Cowboys needed 3 touchdowns. There's one of them right there. And now with 9 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, this lead no longer looks insurmountable. We're at 24-12 right now, and it's the Cowboys' turn to kick. Lampkin will hold. Walensky will kick. They could use this. The kick is high. It's wide to the left, not quite high enough, no good. And the score will remain right where it is at 24-12. Now, the Mavericks have a 12-point lead. That is not insurmountable at this point now that we've seen a run back. And maybe things are going to get really interesting here. 2 touchdowns for the Cowboys will tie things up. Okay, Cowboys will kick off. San Dieguito Cowboys down by 12 points. Like we said before, a solid 9 minutes remaining. And we mentioned a moment ago, maybe yours truly spoke too soon in counting San Dieguito out of this one, because they look like they're not ready to quit. And there's the kick. It's down low, and it's bouncing around. It's picked off by Scott Ohlendorf. Ohlendorf moving out to the left side. He's across the 40. He's out to the 45-yard line. He's out to the 50-yard line. Ohlendorf's on the move. He's dragged down at the 45-yard line by number 22, Matt Lampkin. And it's a good thing Lampkin was there. Now the Cowboys have their work cut out for them. They've got to stop this Maverick team and get something offensive established, and they've got to do it soon. They need 2 touchdowns. Even without the kicks, those 2 TDs would tie things up. And that would be a very interesting set of circumstances indeed. Mavericks have looked strong today, though, and they've moved the ball fairly well on offense. They've got 3 touchdowns to their credit. They're leaving Strauss in. He's got Clark and Rich in the backfield. The ball's pitched out to Clark. Clark's good on his feet. And he is dragged down by Lampkin. Lampkin's all over the place these last couple minutes. He's behind the line of scrimmage. We've got a flag on this play. This is going to be some kind of unsportsmanlike conduct call. I didn't see any infractions on the play. Okay, it is a delay of game penalty, which is like an unsportsmanlike penalty. I think it's called against 22, Clark. Clark apparently didn't want to give that ball up when he was supposed to. He's a little angry, and that'll bring up a 2nd down now. And about 20 yards to go. 2nd and 18. They're calling it from the booth. And now we've got Kyle Wilson in the backfield. Wilson's back to block. Strauss to pass. Oh! He puts it right into the hands of Jeffrey Rich, and Rich has it bounced right off his hands. No excuses for Rich. However, the sun is really tough this time of day. It's a low sun, and it's coming right into his eyes at that point, and that's a tough play to make. But the pass was there, and Strauss looked good tossing it. Running out now is Ruby. Chris Ruby running out of the game. Carpenter up to the line of scrimmage. Ohlendorf is in out to the right. Also, number 83, Anthony Busso, is out to the right. Wilson in the backfield. Once again to block. Ohlendorf on the move. End around. Ohlendorf is almost dragged down to the backfield, and he is dragged down with nary a gain of a yard or so. That's going to bring up a 4th down. The Mavericks are having their problems. San Dieguito has definitely toughened things up in these last few minutes. That touchdown run by Blaylock is just too much. Mavericks moving the ball quickly now. Strauss wants Ohlendorf to move up closer to the line from the slot position. Busso stays in at tight end. Ohlendorf on the end around again. Ohlendorf out to the outside. Ohlendorf turns it upfield, and he is knocked out of bounds at about the 45-yard line of San Dieguito. Ball gets turned over on downs to San Dieguito. This is their opportunity. They're at their own 45-yard line. And they desperately need to move the ball. They get it over to D'Agostini. He's going back to pass. D'Agostini does pass it. Tuncab is right there, but it goes right off his fingertips. It was intended for Blaylock, and a very interesting play. Blaylock pitches out to D'Agostini. D'Agostini moves over to the right, turns around, throws back across his movement, back over to Blaylock. The ball was thrown way over Blaylock's head. Tuncab is there, knocks it down, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 10 now for the Cowboys.
Going for Garrison, hurry up. Campbell, Campbell. Go wide, hurry up.
Flag on play.
Number 99, Evan Campbell, running into the game now for San Dieguito.
Clipping San Dieguito.
Clipping call goes against San Dieguito, so that's going to bring up a 1st down. And let's see, what is that? That's going to be a, oh boy, that's a rough penalty now. That's a 15-yarder. 1st down now, 25 yards to go for San Dieguito. They got problems. They got nobody in their backfield. They got wide receivers all over the place. Let's see if they go for that over the center thing. No, they didn't, but they do go out to Campbell. Campbell at the line of scrimmage. Campbell almost dragged down by Tuncab, but he stays up. Campbell still moving. Oh, and he slams into Strauss and is knocked down. Gain of about 2 yards on that play. And Campbell a little slow getting up, but he's going to stay in, and he's okay. He's helped out there a little bit by Matt Lampkin, number 22. And a hurry-up offense being called now with 6.5 minutes remaining in the game. Blaylock up to the line of scrimmage. Nobody in the backfield again. 4 wide receivers for San Dieguito. Blaylock is back. He passes outside to Walensky. Walensky's there. He makes the catch. Unbelievable. Evan Walensky still moving. Unbelievable. The Cowboys are coming back in this game. Unreal. Touchdown. 24-18. And it's a new ball game for San Dieguito. San Dieguito's going to go for the 1-point conversion, and wisely so. They're down by 6. Blaylock's back to pass. He's got someone open in the end. Oh, picked off in the end zone by Strauss, number 11. Steve Strauss is all over the place. The pass was intended for Brandon D'Agostini. D'Agostini was open, but Strauss is quick, and he can leap, and he picked that one off. So they don't get the extra point. Cowboys are down by 6, 24-18. There's 6:16 remaining in this game, and now it's anybody's ball game because another touchdown by San Dieguito will tie things up, and this is a whole new game. Walensky with the squibber, and it bounces around. It's traveled 10 yards. Tuncab just falls on it, and wisely so. Smart move by A.J. Tuncab, and he's been getting plenty of action today. Tuncab's a really special player. He's one of the smaller guys out there, but he uses his head on that play. He knows the ball's traveled 10 yards, and it could be a turnover unless he smothers it. He doesn't get cocky about it and try to run the ball back. He just smothers it and holds on to the ball. Good move by number 34 of the Mavericks, A.J. Tuncab. It's Mavericks ball right now. They're on their own 45-yard line. Strauss is in at QB. Rich and Clark in the backfield. They fake to Rich, they hand up to Clark. Clark's got good legs. There's a flag on this play, and Clark gets through for about a 2-yard gain, and he's stopped right there by number 22, Matt Lampkin. We'll see what this call is. There is a flag. Clark a little slow getting up. His right wrist looks like it's bothering him just a little bit. And there's a holding call against the Mavericks, and last couple of minutes, it's like everything is going the San Dieguito way. They have just really impressed everybody here in this stadium. The Cowboys, who were down 16-0 at halftime, have outscored the Mavericks 18-6 in this half. Strauss keeps it, moves out to the left. He's surrounded by white jerseys, tackled by Garrett Samuels, and things are really turning around now for the Mavericks. Remember, however, the Mavericks are a well-coached, disciplined squad. They've got a number of different offensive sets. They've got a number of different tricks they can throw at these Cowboys. This is an interesting game, and we haven't seen a game at this level, this much fun to watch, and this interesting in a long time. And there's still 5 minutes and 10 seconds remaining on that clock. Strauss back to pass. The lefty tosses it outside. Looks like he's got Clark out there, and Clark is driven down, and he's nowhere near a first down. It's still going to bring up, about a 4th down now. Oh, and a good 20 yards to go. Gain of about 5 yards on that play.
Tackle again, number 88, Jeff Samuel.
Check quarterback side. Brandon! No, back it out! Brandon, get in there, get that quarterback. Sack that down. Back it up!
Okay, Mavericks are looking at a 3rd down and 24 yards to go. And this is interesting. They had Rich at QB. Rich tosses it back to Strauss. Strauss gets it outside to Ollendorf, and Ollendorf's going to go all the way. How did they let it happen? Look at this. Lampkin chasing Ollendorf, but to no avail. What a play. They had Rich at QB. Rich takes the snap, pops it back over to Strauss. Strauss throws it downfield to Ollendorf. Ollendorf brings it all the way in. And I hope this doesn't take the wind out of the sails of the Cowboys, because it was a lot of fun watching their comeback. There's still 4 minutes left in this game. Crucial play here. Number 33, Mike Sharp, for the kick. If he can make this kick, it'll make a big difference. 2 points. It's up. It's high. Looks good. It is good. And what a game this is. Unbelievable. We're looking at a 32-18 lead from the Mavericks right now. And it's just remarkable. Now, San Dieguito is down by a solid 14 points. They need the 2 touchdowns and a kick just to tie things up. And how quickly things have changed in this half.
This kick. No, not now.
You saw it. Interesting looking kickoff play. We've seen it twice today. It's hard to call that play. The Mavericks just huddle around the ball, and they all run at it, yelling and screaming, and they kick it. And the ball is now Cowboys ball at their own 47 yards. San Dieguito's really got their work cut out for them now. 3 minutes and 42 seconds remaining in the game, and they need to score 2 quick touchdowns, and we've seen them do it. Campbell on the sidelines, surrounded by Strauss and Tuncab, and Tuncab's right there. Strauss there as well, and the tackle is made. Campbell up, and he's okay.
99, Evan Campbell.
And that'll bring up a 2nd down. Hurry up offense now for the Cowboys. Blaylock, Lampkin, and Campbell out to the left. Instone out to the right. Pass is made to Instone. Instone dragged down by Johnson at about the 50-yard line. And that'll bring up a 3rd and about 5 for the Cowboys. Clock ticking now. 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the game.
Tackle by number 19, Scott Johnson.
Scott Johnson in on the tackle, number 19 of the Mavericks. Blaylock back, nothing but receivers on the field. Tosses one up high to Lampkin. It goes past Lampkin, past Tuncab, pass incomplete. 4th down now and about 7 yards to go for the Cowboys. San Dieguito players looking out to the sideline for the next play. Blaylock going up to the line of scrimmage, ready to make the call. We're at 2 minutes and 30 seconds now. This is it. San Dieguito really needs a 1st down badly here. They need a touchdown badly. Blaylock dragged down behind the line of scrimmage by number 33, Mike Sharp. And that's it. That ball will be turned over to the Mavericks on downs. And with very little time remaining, 2 minutes and 34 seconds remaining, it looks bad right now for San Dieguito.
Adam Gaucher under center.
Maverick ball, Adam Gaucher at QB. Whistle on the play.
Flag on the play. So the play got underway.
Delay of game penalty is called against the Mavericks, and they want to use up a lot of time.
5-yard penalty.
And that's a 5-yard penalty. That'll bring up a 1st and 15, but they're in pretty good shape. They're at their own 49. They got a 1st and 15. There's only 2 minutes remaining in this game. They've got the big 14-point lead. And a scrum right there. And we've had a verbal warning from one of the referees to the players to listen to that whistle and calm things down. That'll bring up a second down and about 15 yards to go. Mavericks at midfield. Gaucher remains at QB. And everybody's stacked up right there. It looks like that could have been Kyle Wilson on the run. Let's see if it was. Indeed, it was Wilson on the run. No gain on the play.
Again, Kyle Wilson. Again, stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Only a minute 20 remaining in this game. And it's going to take a virtual miracle now for San Dieguito to tie this thing up. Scotty Carpenter running and staying up, but he's eventually dragged down by a host of Cowboys. Not until he picks up 5 yards. 52 seconds remaining in the game, and the clock stops at 52. The clock is stopped. San Dieguito has called the timeout, and the score remains Mavericks 32, Cowboys 18. Gaucher back to pass. The rush is on. Gaucher gets it out, intended for Carpenter, and that ball is incomplete to Carpenter. Lampkin happy about that. Clock's ticking down now. Let's see if the timeout's been called. The clock's stuck right there at 47 seconds. Ball is turned over on downs to San Dieguito. San Dieguito looks like they've only got 10 men on the field, and that could result in a penalty. No penalty called. 42 seconds remaining on the clock. Blaylock back to pass. Gets it all the way outside. Oh, Gaucher was right there trying to make that interception, but he doesn't get there in time. Clock stops with 39 seconds remaining. Third down now. 3rd and 10 for San Dieguito. Timeout has been called.
Timeout, Rancho Penasquitos.
And the Mavericks have called the timeout with 39 seconds remaining, and they're in the lead, 32-18. San Dieguito ball. Blaylock stays at QB. 3 wide receivers out to the left. Blaylock's going to keep it. And he is dragged down by Scott Johnson in the backfield. Scott Johnson along with number 86, Tim Whitler.
Number 86, brought down the backfield by number 86, Tim Whitler.
17, 16, 15 seconds remaining. And now San Dieguito's just throwing it out there. Lampkin had the ball right in his arms and dropped it. He is upset with himself. He wanted that one. And that'll stop the clock with 9 seconds remaining. And that's about all San Dieguito has left. And it's really unfortunate. We saw a phenomenal second half, and we really thought we were going to see this game get tied up. But the Mavericks came right back with Scott Ollendorf and got one into the end zone and made another kick, which is remarkable. They've made 4 kicks today for a total of 8 points.
Defense. No, Daniel. Oh, no. I got too many. Nolan.
And this could be the last play of the game. That's number 33, Mike Sharp, running with it. Sharp's on the move. And Sharp's still on the move. And finally, somebody from San Dieguito knocks him out of bounds. And that is the end of the game. And here come the guys with the bucket towards Coach McDade. Last game of the season. A lot of red jerseys are surrounding Coach McDade. And it looks like Coach McDade has already been doused. He's soaking wet. They've already got him with the bucket. And what a game it was. Once again, Mavericks 32, San Dieguito 18. And they're going to line up for some handshakes right now. That's it for the season. And as happy as these guys are that they've won, these Mavericks, there's also some happiness that the season's over. Another year changes, and they'll come back next year a little bigger, a little stronger, and ready to play more football. There's the Cowboys. They're a little upset with themselves. They had a great comeback going. And the wind came out of their sails just a few moments ago. Here comes Coach McDade and the Mavericks.
Be proud. You did a great job today. Be proud. Be proud, Bill. Be proud, guys. You played great. You guys played a heck of a football game.
Good game, guys. Good game, guys. Good game, guys. Good game, guys. Nice game. All right, good game, guys. Good game, guys. Good job.
Hi, Mom. Hey, how you doing, man? Yeah, remember what, baby?
There's some of the Cowboy players right there coming off the field. Coach McDade over talking to Brandon D'Agostini. And Coach McDade's sincere, telling these guys they played a great game, and they really did, especially in the second half. The Cowboys just came alive. For a while there, we saw it. It was really remarkable. I mean, the Cowboys were down 16-0 at halftime, and then outscored the Mavericks 18-6 in just a few minutes. It took maybe 7 or 8 minutes of play. And then all of a sudden, that pass to Ohlendorf, and that was it. It was all over for the Cowboys. Well, they're getting ready for some of the closing ceremonies here at Ramona Stadium, and we want to thank everybody for tuning in. We'll get some interviews with the guys in just a few moments. This is Steve Farrell for George Langevin Productions. We're talking to the Cowboys now. We're going to talk to number 35 first. This is number 35, Brandon D'Agostini. Is that right, Brandon?
Yeah.
Brandon, you scored today?
Yeah.
You want to tell us exactly how that play occurred and what happened?
It was a pop. Well, we went to wide formation, no huddle, and I just ran up hot, and he threw it to me.
Okay, what's a pop?
You just, like, run, and then you just turn around right when you start to go, and then he throws it to you. Takes one step and throws it to you.
Okay, how many receptions did you have today, Brandon?
One.
One, that was it, and you scored? Yeah. Okay, not bad. Now over here I've got number 55. This is Evan Walensky. Evan, you had more than one reception today, didn't you?
Yeah, I had about 3.
Okay. Is that normal for you, 3, or is that less or more than you usually score?
That's like normal. I've scored more than that, but that's like normal.
Okay, and you had a TD today as well?
Yeah.
You want to tell us exactly what that play call is and how it worked?
Yeah, sure. It's a wide formation, and it's a fly. You run straight down the field, and then he'll throw to you, I guess, if the coach gives him the signal. And he threw it to me, and I just jumped up and then got my legs real high and ran.
Okay. Now, we're going to talk to Adam now. Adam, you were popping people in the second half. I mean, are you always hitting people that hard, or is today just a good day? What's up?
Well, I'm normally hitting people pretty hard because, well, in the beginning of the season, I used to be I'm second string running back. So when I ran, there's 2 guys, and I just went right through them. So I normally hit pretty hard.
Okay. You like hitting people out there, Adam?
Yeah, it's fun.
We've got one shot by you where the smack is right on camera. I mean, you can hear it plain as day. We got pretty excited. It was right in front of the cameras. Did you choose that moment when the cameras are ready to hit somebody?
I didn't even see the camera.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, we really believe you. Hey, guys, you want to say hi to anybody out there before you go?
Hi, Mom. Hi, Andy. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Hi, Dad. Oh. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Okay.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Mom.
Thanks a lot for coming on, fellas. All righty. We've got number 34, Andre McGarry, and number 44, Adam Instone. And in the back right there, Gregory Sang, number 11. We'll start right here with Andre. Andre, you're a defensive tackle?
Yeah.
Okay, what does a defensive tackle do?
Tries to get by the offense and tackle the quarterback.
Okay, do you play any offense at all?
Yeah, I play right tackle.
Okay, what does a right tackle do on offense?
He blocks the defense where it can't get the quarterback.
Okay. Over here we've got Adam Instone. Adam, you played in the backfield today, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your job back there?
Mostly I block for the other running backs, but every once in a while I get the ball.
Okay, every once in a while they use you as a single back, all alone in the backfield. What kind of plays are they?
That's the double wing where I come in the backfield and the 2 other backs go on the sides and I fake it and then they hand it off to them.
Okay.
That's about the only time.
Alrighty. You like playing in the backfield?
Yeah, it's my favorite position.
Okay, how about on defense? Where do you play there?
Linebacker, left.
Linebacker?
Left.
How do you like linebacker?
I don't know. I've played that for 3 years, so I like running back more.
Okay. And in the background here, we've got Gregory Sang. Hey, Gregory, it says here that you're a safety and an offensive lineman. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Get a little closer to me, Greg, so I can reach you. There you go. Okay. What do you like playing better, offensive line or safety?
Safety,
How come?
because you get to tackle the guy.
Okay.
You don't have to block.
All right. You don't have to block as much. There's more freedom, and you can. What do you go right after the ball every time?
Yeah,
Okay. What's the best position on defense?
safety, I guess.
You like safety.
Yeah.
Okay, not bad. And on offense, offensive line, what's your main job there?
Well, left guard, you just try to block, and so they don't get the quarterback.
Okay. So you came into this team today. Did you know anything about these guys coming in?
Not really. They told us a little about them, though.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But you didn't know that much coming in. Okay. So what are you guys going to do now? It's the end of the season. You going to play another sport?
No.
No more sports for you right away?
No.
You going to come back and play football next year, Adam?
Yeah, and I'm gonna play Snuffy over this just next.
Okay.
Snuffy basketball.
Snuffy basketball?
Yeah.
Okay. And Gregory, what are you going to do in the off season?
Roller hockey, I guess.
Roller hockey.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, you want to say hi to everybody before you go?
Hi. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Okay. Thanks for coming on, fellas. We're here now with Jake Blaylock, Garrett Samuels, and Evan Campbell in the back. We'll start here with Jake. Jake, you ran for a touchdown today. How did that work?
Well, the guys just blocked, and then I just ran straight up the middle. Scored easy.
Okay. Now, that was from scrimmage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you also ran back a kickoff, did you not?
Yeah.
Okay. And how did that play work? I mean, did you see that coming all the way, or did a hole just open up for you?
Yeah. Just big hole, so I just ran through it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting?
Yeah.
Now, you guys are making a really tremendous comeback. I'm going to go over here to Garrett with it. Garrett, you guys are making a great comeback. Did you really think you had it made at that point? Were you going to come back and tie it up or win?
I guess.
You weren't that sure? Okay. How do the Mavericks look? They're a pretty good team, right? You were playing right end most of the game today. How did they look as a team? Were they big? Were they physical?
They hit pretty hard.
They hit pretty hard?
Yeah.
Okay. They have a number of different offenses. You played some defense today, Garrett? They have a number of different offenses. Was that confusing to you?
No.
No. They had 3 different quarterbacks. Does that confuse you guys at all?
No.
Doesn't matter. You just watch the flow of the ball and go with it, right? Okay. And in the background here, we got Evan Campbell. Evan, what's your position? Tell me what you do.
I play offense and defense. And I play, on defense, I play cornerback. And on offense, I play 3-back, 4-back, and 2-back.
Okay. Now, what do you like better, offense or defense?
Probably defense.
How come?
Well, because it's not really fun, because, well, it's fun, but you get to tackle the guys, and it's just fun.
So you get to make more of the kind of contact you like making out there, huh? You like smacking people?
Yeah, and I don't like getting tackled.
Okay. It's not as much fun getting tackled as it is tackling. Okay, I understand. So have you guys ever played on this field before? We'll go right over here to Jake. You ever played on this field?
No.
What do you think?
It's pretty good.
Same as any other field?
Yeah.
Hey, how'd that player get hurt? Were you guys, who was in on that play where that guy got hurt? Anybody in on that particularly? Oh, we already missed him. We didn't ask. Okay, well, we'll find out from him later on. Fellas, is there anybody you want to say hi to out there before you go?
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, Mom.
Okay, thanks a lot, fellas.
Last game.
I've got Michael Brunson, Matt Lampkin, and James Enright with us right now. We'll start right here with Michael Brunson. Michael, it says here you play defensive tackle. Is that right?
No.
Okay. What position do you play, Michael?
Offensive right guard.
Okay. What does an offensive right guard do?
Block.
Is that it? Just block?
Yeah.
Do you have any pulling plays where you move off the line and pull?
Not this game.
Not this game. Okay. So how did this Maverick team look to you today, Mike?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Have you seen better teams this year?
Yeah.
Who was better? Over here, it looks like Max
I
says.
forget.
It looks like Matt. You think Poway was a little tougher this year?
And Fallbrook, too.
Poway and Fallbrook.
Yeah.
How did you do against those two teams?
We lost by a lot.
Oh, okay. All right. So what's up now? This is the last game of the season, right? What are you guys going to do now? What do you have in mind for the off season, Mike?
I don't know. Hang out.
Hang out. You going to play any sports?
No.
No sports at all until next year. Football?
Next year.
Really? And Matt, how about you?
Surf, I guess.
Surf?
Yeah.
Okay. In the background here, I've got James Enright. James says here, let's see. What position is yours, James?
Right guard.
What does a right guard do?
He blocks.
He blocks. Okay. Did you have a good blocking day back there?
Sometimes, sometimes not.
Okay. What are you going to do now that football season's over? Are you going to play baseball or basketball?
No, probably surf.
Okay. You guys live near each other?
No. I live next to Adam Instone
Okay. Where do you go surfing?
at 15th Street.
And good surfing down there?
Usually.
Now you guys are what age group are you guys? How old are you guys? We'll start over here with Mike. How old are you, Mike?
I'm 11.
11 years old. And do you surf?
Yeah.
Okay. Matt, how old are you?
11.
11. And in the back?
11.
11. You guys are 11. How long have you been surfing?
Just got my board a few months ago,
Okay.
so I'm new.
Pretty new at it. Matt, how long have you been surfing?
Like since I was 7.
Really?
Yeah.
Pretty good at it?
Yeah.
Is there a lot of, how about, what do you do with the big guys out there? Does it matter? Do they get in your way? They pick on you at all?
Friends with them.
Okay, friends. And in the back here, James, how about the bigger, older guys out there on the waves? Are they tough to deal with?
No, not really.
You like surfing?
Yeah.
You guys want to say hi to anybody before you go?
Hi, whoever's watching. Hi. Hi, Mom.
Phyllis, thanks a lot for coming on. All righty. We're here now with Steve Garrison and Greg Votow. We'll start with Steve. Steve, you got all your gear off. Says here you play tight end, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, how did you end up as a tight end? How did they put you at that position?
I don't know.
You don't know. They just said you're going to be a tight end, and you said okay.
Yeah.
Okay, how long you been playing, Steve?
Yeah, my first year.
This is your first year? You had a pretty good team out there. Did you have a lot of fun this year with it?
Yeah.
Okay, you going to come back and play football again next year?
I don't know.
You're not sure yet, huh? What do you do in the off season now? You got football or baseball or basketball? What are you going to do?
I don't know.
You're not sure yet, huh? Okay. And over here, number 40, Greg Votow. Greg, it says here you play a defensive left tackle. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, what does a defensive left tackle do?
What I do?
What do you do?
I try to go in and make the sacks.
Uh-huh.
And mainly I just try to mess up the plays.
Uh-huh.
And I just try to, I mainly just grab their jersey and throw them out of my way and just get in.
Does that work pretty well, just grabbing them by the jersey and throwing them?
Yeah.
Okay, so you had a good game?
Mm-hmm.
So did you guys think you were coming back? I mean, did you really feel like you were going to come back and do it?
No, I thought we were like losing for a while, but then we came back.
Did you really feel the confidence then? Did you think you were going to win?
Yeah.
I really thought you guys were going to come back and win it, but you came up just a little bit short. So now the season's over. What are you going to do? You going to play baseball or basketball?
I'm going to go into surf camp, and I surf a lot, but I'm going into a baseball school because my dad's friend is a coach for baseball, and so I'm going to go play that because I like baseball a lot.
Okay. Greg, you want to say hi to anybody out there before you go?
Yeah, to my mom and dad.
Okay.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Okay. Steve, would you like to say hi to anyone?
No.
Okay. Fellas, thanks for coming on. Here now with Scott Carpenter, Steven Strauss, and Adam Gaucher. We're going to start with Scott. Scott, they put you in the backfield a couple of times, didn't they?
Yeah, that's one of my positions.
Okay, now you mostly are the center, right?
Right.
Okay, but what kind of plays do they throw you into the backfield?
There's a dive right where I just run right through the dive hole. There's a cross dive left where the guy on the left goes right through, and I take a stagger step, and then I go and take the ball. And then on the slant left, I take the stagger step, and that guy just runs, and then I run behind him and get the ball.
How about the unbalanced pitch?
Okay.
And the unbalanced pitch left, and he pitches it to me, and I get the ball, and I run.
But you got those plays memorized, don't you, Scott? Okay. And over here, number 11, Steven Strauss. Steve, you throw with the left hand. Did they throw when you came to this team? Were they already throwing the ball a lot, or did you guys talk them into it? How come you guys throw the ball so much?
Because our coach likes to throw, I guess. And yeah.
Yeah. Do you like throwing?
Yeah.
Would you rather throw or a handoff?
Throw.
What's your favorite play?
Let's see. The pitch pass.
Pitch pass. How come?
Well, Jeff Rich, he pitches it to me, and then I throw it to Scott Ollendorf.
And you did one of those today, didn't you? Yeah. Okay, so actually, who was that again? It was Jeffrey Rich that takes the snap?
Yeah.
And then he pitches it back to you, and then you throw it out to Scott. We saw that one. That was the fourth touchdown you guys scored. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I called it correctly. Adam, what's your favorite play? You're a quarterback. What do you like?
I don't know. All of them are really my favorite plays. I don't really know.
Would you rather hand it off, run it, or throw it?
I'm not throw it, probably.
Okay, how long have you been playing quarterback?
3 years.
3 years now, huh? Long time? How old are you?
10.
10 years old? All right, so you've been playing quarterback since you were 7?
No, about 8.
Okay. So this is your 3rd season, though? Yeah. Okay. Okay. And, Scott, what are you going to do in the offseason now that football's over? You going to play baseball or basketball?
Baseball.
Okay, what position do you like in baseball?
Third base and pitcher.
Third base and pitcher? And, Adam, you going to play baseball or basketball?
I'm going to play both, and I play pitcher in baseball, and I play point guard in basketball.
Okay. Steve, what are you going to do in the offseason?
Baseball.
What position?
Like shortstop and right field.
Okay.
And first base.
Oh, shortstop, right field, and first base?
Yeah.
You want to say hi to anybody out there before you go?
Hi, Mom, Dad.
Adam?
I would like to say hi to my Uncle Danny that lives in LA, and he used to play pro football.
Uh-huh. Okay. And Scott?
No.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Okay, fellas, thanks for coming on. We're here now with Robbie Spangler, Mike Sharp, and Bart Valley. We'll start here with Robbie. Robbie, it says here that you play offensive line and defensive line. Are those your 2 positions?
Right, yeah.
Okay, did you get some playing time in there today?
Well, on the offensive line, but I only got 1 play in on the defensive line, so.
Okay, now these guys, how do they look today compared to some of the other teams you've seen this year?
Well, I don't know, they're a medium team. They're pretty good, yeah.
You've seen some tougher teams this year?
Yeah.
Okay, who?
I can't remember all of them. Like Fallbrook.
Right, we saw you a couple of weeks ago against Fallbrook, right? You lost by 1 point, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, hey, Mike, you had 4 kicks today. Is that unusual for you to have that many?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, one of them hit the crossbar. Did you think that one was going to go through?
No.
Okay, didn't it seem short?
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened? Did it get held up? What happened with that thing? It seemed like it floated.
I kicked it on the side of my foot,
Uh-huh.
and it just floated right up. Like, I have floaters every time, but
Uh-huh. How long have you been working on kicks?
2.5 years.
Okay. You getting better and better at it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you going to make the NFL as a kicker?
I don't know.
No. Okay, in the background here, number 38, Bart Valley. Bart, you had an interception today, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. He's a good player, knows what to say. Bart, how many interceptions have you had this year?
3.
3. Okay, it felt pretty good today?
Yes.
Okay, now all of a sudden, were they handing the ball off to you? Were you playing in the backfield a little bit there?
I'm a receiver.
Okay. But did they hand the ball off to you a couple of times?
Yes, I got one.
Okay, what play is that? Tell us what that play is.
It's a slot left, reverse right.
Uh-huh.
And I like that play.
Yeah? How did it go?
It did good. I did better than, it's like the best one I've done this year.
Okay. What was the best play of the game, that interception?
Yes.
That feels pretty good, right? Okay, Robbie, what are you going to do in the offseason now? This is the last game. You going to play some baseball or basketball?
Both.
Both, okay. What grade are you in at school?
5th.
5th? What do you learn in 5th grade?
I don't know.
You don't know? Not learning much, huh?
No.
Just kidding. Okay, I'm going to ask you the same question over here, Mike. What grade in school, Mike?
5th.
Okay, what do you learn in 5th grade?
Nothing.
Okay, Bart, what do you learn in 5th grade? What grade are you in, first of all?
6th.
6th grade. Okay, do you learn anything in 6th grade?
Yes.
What do you learn?
Worst things in 5th grade.
Okay, it's harder?
Yes.
Okay. You going to play any sports in the offseason, baseball or basketball?
No.
No? You're just going to wait around for football to come back next year? How about you, Mark? Mike, what are you going to do in the offseason?
When we're off of football, I'm gonna play baseball and basketball.
Okay. What do you do in baseball? What's your position?
Pitcher, first, second, third, and outfield sometimes.
Oh, so anywhere you want to play, right?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. You want to say hi to anybody else out there before you go?
My dog.
He'll appreciate that, Robbie.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Bart.
I'd like to say that, Troy, we won the game, and I hope you feel better when you see this.
Okay, way to go. Thanks a lot, fellas. We've got now Scott Ohlendorf and Chris Ruby and David McDade. We'll start with Scott. Scott, you had 2 touchdowns today, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about the first one, and then we'll talk about the second one. What happened on the first one?
I just ran the ball in from the 1-yard line.
Oh, well, how does that work? What play is that, and where do you line up? Do you line up in the slot or in the backfield? How does it work?
I was in the backfield. I was playing as a running back, but I'm usually a wing.
Mm-hmm. So what did you do on that play? What hole do you go for?
Just go right up the middle.
Oh, I see. So you just take the ball and go right up the middle, and you got a TD?
Yes.
Okay, now on the second touchdown, that was the last touchdown for your team in the afternoon. What play is that? Interesting looking play. Tell us about the whole thing.
That was a pitch pass, and our quarterback
lined up as the running back, and our running back was the quarterback, going in the quarterback position, and our quarterback pitched it. Well, our running back pitched it to our quarterback, and I just had to get past the free safety and get open.
Mm-hmm. So what do? Do you run straight out, find the free safety, and then go past him? How does that work?
I go out past him, and then I cut, and I just cut across.
Okay. Now, you were running for a touchdown. Did you hear anybody behind you?
No, but I could see the shadows.
Oh, really?
And whenever I saw the shadows coming close, I just went in the opposite direction, away from the players.
Pretty smart. Okay. Chris, you had a reception today, is that right?
Yeah.
You want to tell us what that play is called, the name of it, and what your job is on that play?
It was a split left, pass left, and I'm supposed to go 5 yards and then cut across the outside.
Okay, so you went 5 yards, and you cut across the outside, and when did you see the ball coming?
I saw it when Scotty Johnson floated it up, and then I saw it.
Oh, okay. And pretty exciting?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, how about the way these guys were hitting? Were they hitting you hard? When you had that ball, did they smack you pretty hard or what?
Not really.
No. Didn't hurt?
They just pushed me out of bounds.
And that was it, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty easy day at the office, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. In the back here now, David McDay. David, how are you doing today?
Good.
Okay, David, what's your position on offense? And you seem to have a number of different positions on offense. Is that right?
Yeah. I play tight end and running back.
Okay. Which one do you like better?
Tight end.
How come?
Because you can catch passes.
Okay.
And you can get longer gains if you catch the passes. It's easier to get longer gains.
Okay. Did you play a little defense today as well?
Yeah.
What's your position on defense?
Nose tackle and inside linebacker.
Okay. Which one of those two do you like better?
Nose tackle.
How come?
Because you get to beat up the center on every play.
Are centers easier to beat up than other people?
Yeah.
Why? Because they're busy snapping?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Okay, Scott, what are you going to do now that the football season's over? Are you going to play any other sports?
I play basketball and baseball.
What's your favorite sport of the three?
I like them all.
Yeah, they're all about equal?
Yes.
Okay. And over here, Chris, what are you going to do in the off season?
Play basketball and baseball.
Which one do you like better?
I like basketball better.
How come?
Well, actually, I like both of them because in baseball you get to crush the ball, and in basketball you get to score points.
Okay. And David, what are you going to do in the off season?
Play baseball and basketball.
Okay. Which one do you like better?
Basketball.
Okay. How come?
Because baseball can get boring just standing there.
Plenty of action in basketball, right?
Yeah.
David, you want to say hi to anybody out there before you go?
Yeah, I just want to say, Troy, we win this game for you.
All right. Good thought. Scott?
I'd like to say the same thing. We won it for you, Troy, and to thank all the coaches for a wonderful year.
Chris?
I wanted to dedicate this game to Troy.
All right. Way to go, fellas. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
We've got Paul Henschel here, number 92, but he doesn't have his jersey on anymore, but we'll ask Paul a few questions. Paul, what's your position?
Left guard.
What does a left guard do?
Just blows holes for the runners.
Okay. How did this team look today to you?
Harder than, they played harder than they looked.
Okay, so they played a good, hard game. There was only 17 guys on the other sideline. Does that make any difference to you when you see that? Does it look like a small team, or what did you think?
Well, we had to get in all our minimum players, and all of their players played most of the time, so they probably got more, they probably got more tired out than us, but
right.
I just think we did really good.
Yeah. Paolo, number 78, your friend got taken off the field in a helicopter. Have you ever seen anything like that before?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. What do you think now? Is there any advanced word, any new word on Troy? How's he feeling?
Oh, yeah. How is he feeling?
Yeah. Is he feeling okay?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good. All right, Paolo, it says right here, number 78, it says you're an offensive lineman. Is that right?
Yeah.
What do you do on the offensive line? What's your job?
I just make holes for the running people.
Okay. Were you hitting a lot of people hard today?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like doing that?
Yeah.
Do you ever play any defense?
Like one time, a little bit.
Just a little bit? Do you like it?
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you been playing football now, Paolo?
First year.
This is your first year? And you ended up on a real good team. Fun, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Now in the back here, I've got number 72. That's Frank Batak. Frank, how you doing?
Fine.
Frank, what's your position?
I'm a right tackle on offense.
Okay.
And a nose guard on defense.
Okay, which position's better?
Nose guard.
How come?
Because you get to tackle guys and sack the QB. And on offense, you just drive the guy back. No open holes for the running back. That's why I like defense better.
Okay. Now, you've got an off season coming. You going to play any other sports, Frank?
Basketball.
Okay, what do you like about basketball?
That it has a lot of action.
A lot of action? Okay. And, Paul, you going to play any sports in the off season?
Yeah, baseball and basketball.
All right, what position do you play in baseball?
First baseman.
Okay, how come?
Because I can jump high and I can keep a hold of the ball.
All right, that's a good answer. Okay, Paolo, you going to play any sports in the off season?
Yeah, basketball.
Basketball? And what position do you play in basketball?
I'm just gonna start first.
Okay. You want to say hi to anyone out there, Paolo, before you go? Mom and Dad, maybe?
Okay, I want to say we won this game for Troy.
Okay, right on. And Paul, you want to say hi to anyone out there, or anything you want to say?
Well, we started this game for Scotty-O because he broke his arm, but then when he came back and Troy got hurt today, we dedicated this game to him. And I just wanted to say thanks for helping us try.
Okay. Frank, final moments, final words?
Like, I dedicated this game to Troy Valencia.
Okay. Fellas, thanks for coming on. Okay, I've got number 35, Kyle Wilson here. Kyle, did we see you in the backfield a couple of times today?
Yeah.
Okay. What plays are they?
Dive left. That's all I did today.
Okay.
And since I haven't played, run the ball a lot this year, the coach let me play in the backfield this game, and they had a lot of fun.
Okay. How many runs did you get to make?
I don't know, 5 or 6.
Okay. Did you get any good gains?
I got a first down for Mino, I guess that, and 2 more yards.
Okay. Adam Baldock now. Adam, it says here you play offensive line and linebacker. Which one do you play more?
Probably offensive line.
Okay. What's better, offense or defense?
Defense.
How come?
Because you get hit people.
Yep, everybody says the same thing. Everybody likes playing defense more. Isn't that funny? Offensive line, though, it's a pretty interesting job, right? Did you open up any good holes today? Did you open up anything that they gained yards on?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. So you just hit some people, smack some people, and then hopefully they gain some yards behind you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you going to do now in the offseason? Football's over? You going to play any other sports?
Baseball.
Baseball? What position do you like in baseball?
Second base.
Second base. Okay. Tim, what position is yours?
I play tight end and right inside backer.
Okay. Which one's more fun?
I'd say inside backer.
Okay, how come?
Well, because you get to hit people.
Because you get to hit people. Okay. So you'd rather hit people than go out for a pass?
Yeah, well, it's really fun getting passes, but I like hitting the guy in front of me.
Okay. What are you going to do now that the season's over? Are you going to play any other sports?
Yeah, I'm going to play basketball.
Okay. Are you ever going to be warm again?
Nope, never. Freezing.
Okay. You want to say hi to anybody? We'll let you go. Say hi to Mom and Dad or anybody like that?
I just want to say hi to Troy. We dedicated the game for him.
Okay.
And I want to thank the coaches.
All right, way to go. Any closing words, Kyle?
I want to say hi to my dad and to my mom and to my pet dog.
Okay. Adam, closing thoughts?
Well, we dedicated this game for Troy, and I just wanted to say hi to my mom, my dad, my sisters, my grandma, my grandpa, and the rest of my family.
How about the fish? Any fish, dogs, cats?
All the pets.
Fellas, thanks for coming on. Coach McDade, those guys were coming back on you, and I was starting to wonder myself. I said, boy, what's happening? These guys had this game in the bucket, I thought, and all of a sudden they're coming back. They outscored you 18-6 at one point, and then you came up with another wild play where the linebacker, the running back lines up behind the center, pitches back to your QB. What play is that, and where'd you come up with that?
We've worked on that for the last month or so, and we just call it the pitch pass, where we line Steven Strauss, who has a great arm, up in the right running back position, and Jeffrey Rich gets under center, pitches to him. And I think it's no small accomplishment for Jeffrey, who hasn't taken a snap all day, to take the snap, make a good pitch to Steven and Scotty Ollendorf. And Scotty's a special kid, too. Scotty broke his arm in practice. As a matter of fact, it was broken in half, and he had to have emergency surgery that night, and he came back to play and scored 2 touchdowns today. So that was well worth it.
Remarkable. I mean, I thought I was calling that play wrong. I didn't know what I was saying, but apparently I called it right, and it worked out for you guys. That was it. That took the wind out of their sails. How did you feel after that one went for a TD? Did you really feel like you had the game in hand at that point?
Yeah, I really was very confident. They hit some big plays, and of course, they're a very good football team, or they wouldn't have been here in the postseason. Also, they hit their big pass plays. We were stuffing their running game all day when they tried to run. We just did a good job. They give them credit for the big plays that they hit, and the fact that they only brought 17 kids, and that team never quit. And I want to congratulate them, and I think they should be very proud of the effort that they put forth today in this game.
Coach, what's now set for you in the offseason? What do you have planned?
Relax. I coached basketball last year and baseball. I managed baseball, so I haven't had a break since last football season, and I'm not coaching anything now. So relaxed time sounds real good to me.
Right. How many players do you think you have coming back next year? You're going to do the football thing again, right?
Oh, of course.
How many guys you got coming back?
I hope they all come back. Most of them have said they're coming back, and of course you have a few kids that move out of the area, and I just hope they all come back because it's a real special group of kids. They're just wonderful kids, and they've got a lot of talent. They never quit. A lot of kids played a lot of plays today, and it's just a great group of kids to be around. I hope they continue on in football.
Coach, congratulations. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you very much.
That's it. We're going to wrap it up here. Things have, at least the wind has stopped, so it's not as cold. I forgot to mention Coach McDade is soaking wet, and he'd probably like to get into his car at home dry and out of the cold. But it's really been a pleasure to play. Oh, yeah, go ahead, Coach.
I'd like to mention that the boys dedicated this game to Troy Valencia. The game ball that we won with, they all signed the game ball, and I'm going by the hospital to present it to Troy.
Is Troy going to have to stay in there overnight?
I hope not. The paramedics all seem to feel that it was a bruise and he should be okay. And Troy, I hope you are, and I want you to know we went out and did it for you.
Great win. Once again, the Mavericks, we've been watching them all year. They seem to get better as time goes on. They end up with that 7-3 record and come in here and really against some adverse conditions later on in the fourth quarter, they just come back and put the game in their back pocket and walked away with it. So it's a lot of fun to watch, a lot of razzle-dazzle, and the season's over. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, this is Steve Farrell for George Langevin Productions, along with Coach McDade. See you, everybody.